I am your host, Fat Dag. You're listening to Wise Advice. My weight loss journey failed when I focused on how. It wasn't until I switched my focus to why that I truly transformed myself. Join the show on the web at fatdag.com and follow along on Twitter at Wise Advice. Send me your comments, your questions, and your celebrations, all to be included as part of the show. Before we dive in, let's remember, when you're out of points, stop eating points. Now I'm honored to be your wingman as we walk through this journey together because I believe in you. Well, hello there. Welcome to episode 25. I just started numbering the episodes. I didn't realize that that was kind of the industry standard for podcasts, so I finally went through and renumbered everything in there. And this is episode 25, and what's really cool is that we're at 30,000 downloads in less than a month. I just looked, I was kind of checking to make sure this was available in the Droid Store and Google Play and all the places that podcasts are available. And I came across the website podcastcharts.com, and it ranks us number 14 in the fitness and nutrition category. So less than 30 days old, 25 episodes, and you guys are making it happen. 30,000 downloads. I got to tell you, it blows me away. I had no expectation that more than the 3 people that I know would be listening. And so I'll continue to provide the content. If you continue to listen, like, and share, and comment, and we'll just kind of keep this community growing and see where it takes off. So fatdag.com, click on podcast if you're not already there. That'll get you to every episode. Subscribe on iTunes or wherever you get your feed. So just wanted to reach out and say thanks for that. I want to start off with the accountability piece. Tracking today is great. Another blue dot. Right at 34 for the day. I woke up this morning at 179. Hit a normal BMI again, a BMI of 25 right on the nose. So, tracking works. I got to tell you, I love having a normal BMI. And I love it for a couple of reasons. The number one reason was I had no idea that was even possible. I spent my entire adult life beating that chart up and thinking the BMI chart was completely flawed and it didn't count for my bone structure, my muscles. And the BMI chart I just assumed was for, the skinny people who, have never done anything in their life or whatever the scenario was, but I did not know that I could get there. So as I was losing weight, I became closer and closer and I actually hit it, and I'm never giving that back. But what was really interesting is it really threw my mind for a loop because truly it was a number that I never, ever thought I could hit. I was hoping to be in the 190 range. I had no hope and expectation to be 175, 179, nowhere at all. I never even would have considered it. But I never gave up on the journey. I never gave up on my tracking, and I never gave up on my goal. And my goal was to just follow the plan. Log the food I eat, track, and see where it goes. And with the support of my leaders, we got down to, 175, and now I rock between 175 and 180. So I just want to say, not everyone's going to get to a normal BMI. I get that. There are some body structures that just truly aren't capable. But that was not me, even though I thought it was. And so I'm real proud of having a normal BMI. It's one of the things that, along this journey, that's one of the things I'm most proud of. And I'm never giving that back. So real cool there. So that's the accountability piece. Just wanted to share that with you. If you're on the fence and you're wondering if you can get to that normal BMI or not, let's not stress over that, because that is not what's going to define you. What I want you to do is what I want you to focus on is following the plan, sticking with the plan, tracking what you eat, being mindful, being focused, and just see where you end up. At some point, you'll say to yourself, I don't want to lose any more weight. And when you can truly say that, just look at that point, and that's where you're going to end up. And at that point, is you consider that as your goal weight. It doesn't matter what the number is. It doesn't matter what the BMI chart says. That's if you can honestly, say to yourself, I don't want to lose any more weight. Celebrate that. Move on and live that weight for the rest of your life. So very cool there. First out of the gate is Jean. Jean writes in and she says, Dear Fat Dag, I emailed you a while ago to say thanks for the encouragement and to stay on track. I just wanted to share with you that I'm officially in the 100s. I'm 198.4 as of this morning. That's 33.1 pounds gone forever. Man, great job. She says it's the most weight I've ever lost and kept it off for this long. Here's to a new me. Thanks for all the encouragement. Now, hey, Jean, that's all you, right? That the focus and determination, the discipline for you to get down 33 pounds, it's incredible. And if you've made it down 33 pounds, taking off another 10, 15, whatever you want to do to get to that place where we just talked about, where you say that you're done losing weight, it's just more of the same. There's nothing special. There's no magic. You're not doing anything new. You're just repeating what you've already done, and you're continuing to live the lifestyle that you're currently living. You're recognizing those non-scale victories because as slowly as you start getting closer to your goal weight, you're going to have to rely more on the feeling of how good you feel. And when I read your email, the exclamation points all throughout there tell me how happy you are, tell me how great you're doing, and I want you to remember that, because that's what's going to carry you to lifetime, and that's what's going to carry you for the rest of your life. So congrats, Jean. We're no longer going to call you Jean. We're now going to call you Alice, because Alice is in Wonderland. So 190, 198.4. That's incredible. Great work. Let's not see the 2 again. Let's get rid of the 2s. So proud of you for that. Good job there. Next up, Rebecca. Rebecca writes in out of Cary, Illinois. And Rebecca says, "Hi, Fat Dag. Thanks for putting your story out there. I love your podcast. It's my daily reminder of why I'm doing what I'm doing. Currently 25 pounds from goal and down 42 pounds total. Lost steam recently, but back on track thanks to your tips and tricks. I have a question. When you weighed in daily during your weight loss, did you record it in the app or just weekly? And thanks for being my wingman." So Rebecca, yeah, as you know, I weigh daily. I have a scale that is connected to Bluetooth. It's connected to the internet. So I hop on the scale every single morning, and automatically that number is put into the app that comes with that scale. In the Weight Watcher app, I just weighed in weekly at the meeting, and that weight went into my Weight Watcher app. So I only entered the weight in the Weight Watcher app weekly, but I had a separate app that I tracked my daily weight. And that daily weight is something that it's a tool that I used just to see where I was every day. I certainly don't recommend it for most folks because the scale fluctuates, as you just saw from my vacation post. I was up and down 10 pounds in about 3 days. So if those types of numbers freak you out and those types of numbers scare you, then the once a month it gets you a chance to have everything balance out, and you can just see that nice gradual trend line. But I when I hop on the scale, if the number's up, that motivates me more than anything to track really well that day. I don't even care how high it is, but if it's up at all, I'm like, yep, today's the day. I'm going to track everything. I may even choose meals differently to be under points by a point or two for that day if the scale is up in the morning. If I weigh in the morning and the scale is way low, then that may be the day that I dig into my weeklies a little different. So, daily weighing is something that, again, I don't recommend it. It takes as you get further into your journey and you become more focused on why you're doing this, then you can start accepting those results. If you trust the process, that's when you can start accepting the daily scale. But initial on, let's not focus on that. We talk about beyond the scale for a reason, is because we don't want to be tied to that number. It's an addiction that I have. It's the way that I kind of work the plan. It works for me. There are a gazillion different ways of working this plan. So you got to find what works for you. And if that doesn't work for you, it doesn't matter if I did it or if I didn't do it. It doesn't matter if this person's doing it or if doesn't do it. If you can't stick to it, or if that demotivates you, then it doesn't matter what someone else is doing. So what I really want you to do is I want you to focus on what tools you need in your journey to keep you focused, to keep you disciplined so that you're going to reach goal. 42 pounds down is absolutely incredible. You got 25 to go, and 25 becomes the hardest part because you have that complacency part. Down 42 pounds, you feel great. You look great. You absolutely have to feel much better when you're 25 pounds away from goal. And the reality is at 25 pounds from goal, you're probably already at that point where people are saying, hey, that's good enough. You've lost enough. And you probably look like a quote unquote normal person, whatever that is, when you're only 25 pounds from your goal weight. So that's when you have to be mindful of the process. That's where you have to be mindful of the complacency trap that we always talk about, that at some point you're going to slowly want to give in to the old you, and you can't have that. You can't have it both ways. You've developed this new you. You developed a new set of habits that got you down 42 pounds. Continue to rock that. Continue to work that so that you can celebrate hitting goal. Because, man, there's nothing like stepping on the scale for the very last time and saying, I no longer want to lose any more weight. I know you can get there. I know every single person listening has the ability to get there. It takes that focus and that determination that we talk about you have to want it more than anything. And every decision you make has to be, bounced up against what would I rather have? Would I rather make goal? Or would I rather, something else, whatever scenario that pops up in your day is. In my case, I always almost wanted to make goal, and so I did. So awesome. Thanks there. So hey, what are you celebrating? Let's get that on the air. Let's go to fatdag.com, click on podcast, send in your celebrations, send in your comments. I'll work them into the show. You can always reach out on Twitter at Wise Advice, and I just want to make this a two-way conversation. So let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what you're working in, you're working with, and we'll get it out there. So thanks for being my wingman on this journey. It's as I started the show, it blows my mind that 30,000 downloads of this have even transpired. Each episode is getting a little over 1,500 downloads. It's kind of, again, it just blows my mind. So I'm glad I could be there for you. I'm glad you were there for me. Otherwise, we wouldn't be doing this together. So thank you for that. Well, that's going to do it for this time. So remember that losing weight and getting healthy has nothing to do with luck. You have to remain disciplined and focused. Set your sights and your goals and go after it. I wish you good focus.